How's it going, YouTube? This is Chris, the Unprofessional Dad, back with another knife video. Today, I'm actually going to be doing a video that's a little bit different than the ones I've done before. I've done unboxing videos, I've done my entire fixed blade collection, a big portion of my folders. I haven't really got into specific genres of knives or targeted videos about different specs or sizes or anything like that. I want to change that. I want to start actually getting into more in depth into a few different areas of knives and knife collecting. I want to talk about a few different materials and blade hardnesses and different things like that. You can find that information anywhere on YouTube. All you have to do is just do a quick search and you can find out anything that you want about knives or knife collecting, the different blade materials, the different handle materials. You can find out anything that you want with a quick, simple Google or YouTube search. Obviously, this is as much for me as it is for anyone else. I enjoy doing these videos, and I have actually been getting more and more into the idea of finding the best blade materials and the best handle materials for the most economically affordable price. And when you actually get into it and you start researching and doing searches on Blade HQ or Blue Ridge or Smoky Mountain Knife Works or Knife Center or anything like that, there are some options that come up. If you're wanting the best blade steels that you can get, they're out there for affordable prices. Now, it is limited with your options, but you can find them. If you want the best handle materials or frame materials, you can find those as well for affordable prices, but the options are limited. So I wanted to do a quick video actually talking about that very thing. What are some of the different options that are out there right now where you can get the best blade steels or the best handle materials? Is there a blade or a knife that has both the blade material and the handle material? So what I'm going to do is a video all about knives $100 or less, where you're going to be getting top of the line blade materials or top of the line handle materials. Often it's one or the other. There's actually one or two knives out there that I have found so far where you can get both. Again, those options are limited. And unless you want to get out there and you want to get on your Google or your search engine and you want to spend hour after hour after hour going through thousands and thousands of knives to find those specific knives that are available with those things that you're looking for, you have to turn to some place like this video to find those options. And I've actually done the work for you. A little bit of that has been kind of organic by doing my own searches on knives that I was actually going to be ordering, and then it gives you different options and consider this knife or consider that knife, knives that come up on sale or clearance and different things like that. So organically, I've come up with some of these. It didn't start out with an actual video on mine where I was going to be like, hey, I'm going to go looking for these knives and these options, and I'm going to find out what every option out there is, and then I'm going to make a video. As I started getting these knives and realizing that those options were there, if you are able to find them, that's when this idea came to mind. So that's what this video is going to be about. If you actually watch till the end, you will have a little bit better idea of what you can do with $100 or less in the knife industry with the best blade or handle materials. I want to remind everybody about my knife giveaway contest that I've got going on right now. Go back, look at my previous videos. You'll find the knife giveaway video. Do what it says to enter. January the 3rd, I'm going to be giving a $200 budget away to anyone that wins to Blade HQ. They're going to get a knife on me. Watch the video, it'll tell you all about that. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far. So let's get started. Before I actually talk about a single knife, I'm going to talk about something that I have recently found. I've seen it all over on YouTube and Google and a lot of the websites that I go onto about knives and stuff. And I hadn't checked it out yet, but I came across one recently when I was at Walmart looking at knives. Go figure. And this thing I snatched up really quick, brought it home, tried it out, and I'm here to tell you, it blew me away. And the only reason I'm talking about this is because this is a knife channel and all things knives. And this is the Worksharp Field Sharpener. And let me tell you something right now. I have got tons of sharpeners, and I spend a lot of time sharpening knives. And if you have not got one of these, you need to run out and get one as quick as you can. It is going to make your knife sharpening so much quicker, so much easier. Gonna get a far more honed edge with far less work. I've got whetstones, I've got diamond sharpeners, I've got rods and different things. I've just got all kinds of them. I've got pocket sharpeners, kits that you've got to jerk out and set up and put together. I've got them all. And I'm telling you right now, and obviously I'm a nobody in this grand scheme of things. So this is just me trying to talk to the people that might actually watch this video and give you a little bit of informative information. If you do not have one of these and you have knives and you spend any time sharpening them at all, go out and get one. They're $35 to $40. They're easy to get. They're easy to find. Look it up online and get one if you have to and have it sent to your door. But if you sharpen knives at all, I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. It has blown my mind. I took a knife that I was struggling with so hard to get an edge on it. I mean, I could get an edge and it could cut paper a little bit, but I could not get that sucker razor sharp. I mean, it was just a nightmare. I don't know what it was about this knife. I should have brought it into this video, realizing I was going to talk about this sharpener, but I went to work for 5 minutes with this thing. It's got a leather strap on the back, ceramic rods here that you can actually rotate so you can do fish hooks, that you can do serrations. It's got a little rod right here for serrations. It's got 2 different grits of diamond stones, and it's of course got the strap right here. And I'm telling you, this thing will change your life when it comes to knife sharpening. If you don't have one, get one, try it out. If you know somebody that's got one, borrow theirs or take your knife over to their place, use it one time. It's going to blow your mind how well this thing works. I love Worksharp. I've got their automatics, the ones that you plug in, and the belts, you know, the belt sanders and sharpeners. I've got several. I spend way too much money on knife sharpeners over the years, and this one is all I ever needed. I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. But that's neither here nor there. This is just kind of more like a service announcement to everyone in the knife community that might watch this video. Try out the field sharpener. It's going to blow your mind, and it's going to make every one of your knives as sharp as you can imagine. All it takes is a little bit of elbow grease and a little bit of time, and this thing will do the rest. All right, let's check out some knives, shall we? I've got a few knives here, and every one of them is either going to have high-end blade steels or handle materials. And the very first one is a Penguin. I recently showed this in a knife unboxing, and I love this knife. This is a Blade HQ exclusive Penguin. It's got the diamond textured aluminum. It's got a deep pocket clip that is reversible left hand or right hand. It's only tip up. The screws are inset into the handle, so that's going to be, you know, easy on your pockets. It has got a liner lock, dual thumb studs. It's on ceramic bearings. Actually, I'm pretty sure that this one is on bearings. Yes, this one is on bearings. Dual thumb studs. This is a great knife. The best thing about this is that it's aluminum handles and an S90V blade. That's right, S90V. If you have any knives at all, if you've spent some money on some knives, if you have some higher end knives, S90V is one of your more premium steels. Obviously there's a million options out there and they come out with new ones all the time, but S90V is up there. It's one of your better premium steels. And this blade right here with aluminum scales, diamond textured, and by the way, the diamond texturing is extremely aggressive. I will tell everybody that. I spoke about that in the unboxing video as well. The diamond texturing is extremely aggressive, and it will rip your pants up if you're not careful. It is one of the most aggressive scales and handles that I have felt before. That being said, it's a beautiful knife. Penguin is a very popular knife. They're one of the most common and popular EDC knives up there with the Elementums. It's got a sheep's foot blade. I mean, a flat grind. This thing is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's good action with the bearings, but it's got an S90V blade. And this thing comes in at $89.95 right now on Blade HQ. And this is, again, a Blade HQ exclusive. Aluminum handles, an S90V. That's a great combination. That's the combination that you're going to find on a lot of your higher end knives. You're going to find that on your Wies or your Jack Wolfs. You're going to find that on a lot of higher end knives, and you can get that right here with the Penguin. Most of your Penguins are going to run around $30 to $50. You can get them with a little bit more premium materials. It's going to start raising that cost. The average one is going to come with AUS-8 or D2, but this one's got S90V. Phenomenal action, deep carry pocket clip, aluminum handles, great jimping on top. It is a great knife, and you can get this with S90V for under $100. Talk about holding an edge. S90V is one of your better edge retention blades. It's going to hold an edge for a long time. Now, S90V is hard to sharpen if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to have to put a little bit more work into it. It's not the same as D2 or AUS-8 or stainless steel, where you can just run it across a strop a few times, maybe run it across a whetstone, and you're going to have an edge back on it. This is going to take a little bit more work, but it's worth it, because when you have an edge, it's going to hold it for a decent amount of time. You're going to be able to cut a lot of cardboard, or if you don't do those types of things, if it's just general wear and tear and usage of a knife, that edge is going to last you a long time. And it is hair popping sharp. And again, the action is phenomenal because it's on bearings. The Penguin, under $100 right now, Blade HQ with S90V steel. If I didn't have any other knife under $100 but that one with S90 steel, I'm good. I'm going to use that. I'm going to carry it a lot, and I would enjoy it. But obviously there's more options than that, or else I wouldn't be doing this video. The next one that I have is one of my favorite knives that I have. I say that about a lot of my knives, but this is one of my favorites. I love this. I carry this a lot, and it's the Large Pyite by CJRB. This is a button lock knife, excellent action, dual thumb studs, good jimping on top, another deep carry pocket clip. The screws are in set. This is a button lock that is, I'm pretty sure that this is on bearings as well. Yep, it is on bearings. It's a drop point blade with a flat grind. It is reversible, left or right-handed, tip up carry, so you can switch out your pocket clip for the left or right hand, but it's only tip up. The blade length is 3.7 inches though, so it might be illegal in some areas. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what different rules and regulations are for different areas. So this has a rather large blade. It is 3.7 inches. It's 5.3 ounces overall. It's made in China. But this thing has titanium handles. Titanium. Now the steel is CJRB's ARRPM9. So CJRB has their own powder metal that they use in most of their knives, unless it is a specialized knife that they're doing with Magnucut or something. Most of their knives are going to come with that ARRPM9 steel. That's a powder steel, and it's a pretty good powder steel. It's going to hold an edge well. This thing is razor sharp right out of the box. I mean, it is razor sharp. A huge blade, a good size handle that fits most big hands, dual thumb studs on bearings, a pocket lock, a button lock, So the action is phenomenal, but it's on titanium handles, not aluminum, not steel, not G10, not micarta. This has got titanium handles. It's going to lighten it up a lot, but it's also going to make it far more durable, far more expensive, But you can still get this CJRB large pyrite right now on Blade HQ with a 3.7-inch blade, with bearings, a button lock, and titanium handles with a deep carry pocket clip. That entire package for under $80. It's $79.95. That is a phenomenal price tag on this knife. It is one of my favorite knives. I carry this thing a lot. It is extremely sharp. It's very fidgety. The action is great. I sit here and do this all day, getting better at it. And it's left or right hand. It's easy to do. Just cut my hand. I mean, this thing is razor sharp. It just barely needs to touch your skin, and it's going to get you. And it gets me all the time. And that's okay. That's the second time I've done that on a video. But it's great. I mean, the entire package for under $80 for a blade of that length, titanium handle scales and bearings, and a button lock. I mean, what more do you want? What more do you need in a blade? It would be great if this had a little bit better steel, S35VN or something like that, which you can't find them with that. And I think they're still under $100. But finding it with titanium handles and with the blade, that's going to raise your cost significantly. Probably going to be around 130, 140 bucks at that point. But right now, you can get it with titanium handles for $80 on Blade HQ for the CJRB large pyrite. And that is a good looking blade with button locks and bearings. I can't say that enough. For $80. And that powder steel is no joke. That blade is extremely sharp. Extremely sharp. Now, the next knife, I like this knife a lot. I don't carry this knife or anything like that. Mainly because I have children and I get my hands dirty a lot of times, and I just like the look of it, so I don't want to get it dirty and stuff. And it is the Besttech. Besttech has their lower line of Besttech or Besttech Man, however you want to say it. This is the Dunde. Now this is a Knife Center exclusive, not Blade HQ, but Knife Center exclusive. It's got white G10 handles. It's got steel liners for the liner lock. It's got a two-toned gray and satin finish on the blade. It's got a nice deep carry pocket clip. The screws are inset, and that is reversible. It's tip up only. Great action. This is on ceramic bearings. A great little flipper. Great action. White G10 handles. The best thing about this, you're asking, well, why is this on the list? The steel is Magnucut. Magnucut steel on this Dunde, the Knife Center exclusive. By the way, the jimping is great. It's phenomenal. It goes a consistent way up the blade so you can get a good grip on it. With the Dunde, let me see. You're looking at a 8.07 inches overall and a 3.35 inch blade. So again, you've got an over a 3-inch blade. It's 3.1 ounces. It has steel liners. This is on ceramic bearings, by the way. Ceramic bearings. So the action is phenomenal. It's quick. It's the action, it pops right into place. Deep carry pocket clip. It's a clip point blade. You can get this right now on Knife Center for $90 with Magnucut steel. G10 handles, ceramic bearings, and Magnucut steel. Magnucut steel, everybody in the knife industry right now, or the knife world that collects knives, that uses knives, that buys knives, everybody right now knows what Magnucut steel is. If you don't, you're probably watching the wrong video. And I don't know what you're watching me for, because this is strictly about knives. And Magnucut steel for $90. You cannot beat that package right there. It's a good looking knife. It feels good in the hand. Now, the great thing about this knife, when I saw this knife and I ordered it, I was really afraid that it was going to have that, and this isn't saying anything negative about them, but the Hogue Deca or the Bug Out, both of them have better in steels. Both of them are higher up on that price point. Now, Hogue Deca is not as high. I mean, you can get those for 140, 130, 140, up to 150, unless you're talking the better materials with the the titanium handles or something like that. But you can get them with Magnucut steel for around 140. But they feel so fragile. When you squeeze them, you can feel the give in the handles. The Benchmade Bug Out, the same exact thing. The biggest complaint people have for that thing is it is extremely light, but it is so timid in your hand. It feels like if you grip it too hard, it's going to snap in half. Now, obviously, it's not going to, but it feels that way. So it makes people, it doesn't give people that comfortable, rugged, strong feeling like that it's made to go to work. Now, the great thing about this, I was really worried that it was going to give me that same feeling because it was the G10 handles and stuff, and it looks that way a little bit. And on the pictures and everything, I saw that. I liked it because it was the look of it. I liked it because it was a Knife Center exclusive, but I mainly liked it because of the Magnucut blade for under $100. But it's got steel liners. I'm telling you, when you grip this thing, it feels strong. It feels rugged. It feels tough. It is, if this had a different name other than Besttech or Besttech Man, however you want to say that, if this had a different name on the brand or anything like that, this package right here is $140, $150. I mean, that's all there is to it. The whole Deca that I have, Magnucut steel, black polymer handles. The steel liners don't go all the way up to the liners. They just go up past the lock. I mean, this thing is great. For what, $90 right now. Magnucut steel, you cannot beat it. Go into Knife Center, get one of these. It's a Knife Center exclusive. They do have their points and rewards program, which Blade HQ does as well. And when you get their Knife Center exclusives or the Blade HQ exclusives, they're going to have more points attached to those. So you're going to get points in as well. You order enough and you spend enough money with them, you're going to get to claim those points. I've claimed my points many times. I've gotten a few $200 knives from Blade HQ for free because I order so many knives from them. But this is the Knife Center exclusive Dunde with Magnucut steel for $90 and ceramic bearings. You can't beat it. It feels awesome in your hand. The only reason I don't use it is because I don't want those handle scales to get dirty. Just like that right there, get blood. I've been checking it, making sure I didn't get blood on it the whole time, because if it gets on there, it's hard to get it off. There we go. We've already saw 3 different knives. S90V, titanium handles, Magnucut, and all 3 are under $100. Those are 3 great options. We could end the video right now, and we've got some good choices to go with. The next one I'm going to show you, though, gives both of them for under $100. Both options, the steel, the knife steel, and the handle material. I just recently done this in an unboxing video, and I was blown away by this. This is the Evolve OverWatch. This is a fantastic knife. It is a frame lock. It has a milled deep carry pocket clip that is reversible, left-handed or right-handed. It is only tip-up carry. It is bronze anodized titanium handles. Bronze anodized titanium handles. It has an S35VN black stonewash blade on bearings. Pretty sure that this is on bearings. No, this one's not on bearings. So you're getting bronze titanium, S35VN, a 3.25 inch blade, 4.6 ounces overall. It is a little bit heavier. Reverse tip up carry, a clip point blade, and this thing for the handles and the blade. You're getting both in the same package. You don't have to get either good blade steel or good handle material. You get both with this knife for $90 on Blade HQ right now. It's the BRS Evolve OverWatch. It is a gorgeous knife. I normally don't like the bronze look or the copper or the gold, but when you have them with the black, it goes well together, and it pulls it off. This clip point blade is just, that action is phenomenal. It's silky smooth. I mean, silky smooth. It's beautiful. This is a gorgeous knife. Reverse carry pocket clip, S35VN, and titanium handle scales for $90. Get out of here. If this had a different name brand on it, this is a $300 knife. Actually, less than that. You can get those materials for $180 and $190, $200. Yeah, you can find them. But on some brands, that's a $300 knife. Depends on what brand you're shopping with, where it's made, if it's American made or if it's made overseas. Now, this knife does happen to be made in China. So that's one of the reasons why you can get such good materials and good blade steel for $90. It's under $100 and you're getting both. I can't talk about this knife enough. I talked about it when I did the unboxing video. I love this knife. It's pretty. It's a good looking knife. It's extremely sharp. It's razor sharp. It's got a good point on it. It's a good piercing blade. I mean, it's everything that you want in a knife. Now, it is a little small for me. It is a little small for me. I like them to be a little bit bigger. That's what she said. But shouldn't have said that. Joke. But I do like my knives to be a little bit larger. I like to get a good grip. So it's a little small for my hands, but with that blade, you can really put your thumb up in there. It's got a cradle right there for it, so it sits right in that pocket. You get a good grip. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. It's a great knife for $90. Good action. It's a good flipper. A frame lock. Sorry, fingers caught it. Frame lock. $90. Titanium. Bronze anodized titanium. A black stone washed S35VN blade. You don't even have to take my word for it. Just look online. You get the same exact knife. One is with satin and one is with black stone washed. The black stone wash is going to be $10 to $20 more just because they're coating the blade. So you're getting a coated blade, S35VN, bronze anodized titanium handles, frame lock, milled pocket clip that's reversible. You're getting all of that for $90. Get out of here. And by the way, anybody that might have watched that video will know when I say this, the presentation that this comes in, the packaging, it comes with a really nice box, a huge box, and when you open it up, it has got a super good quality foam and rubber case, zipper case that it comes in. It's not like your Civivi cases or something like that. It's not just like a little pouch that it comes in. I mean, this is an actual, it looks like something that those virtual reality glasses or something comes in. It was a nice case. You can use that case for anything, far more than knives. Now, I won't, obviously. This will stay in that case until I'm ready to carry this, but what a great knife for $90. Get out of here. Get out of here. I mean, that is phenomenal. 4 knives, 4 blade steels, handle materials. I mean, there's so many options if you just look. You can spend $100 and you can get exactly what you want in a, I mean, I won't say exactly what you want because I don't know exactly what you want, but you can get some really good quality materials, high-end materials at a really affordable budget price. Now, for some people, $100 might not be a budget knife. That a budget knife might be more than $20 to $50 knives. Okay, it is what it is. But that's far more affordable and economic than a $200 or $300 knife, and you're getting it for less than $100. Now, the next knife is $100 exactly, but it is gorgeous. It is the Pyite. This is a frame lock, flamed anodized titanium handles. It's got your blue hardware there. It's a mill, or no, this is not milled, but it is a deep carry pocket clip. The screws are inset. It is not reversible, so it's right-handed tip-up carry only. But what is this called exactly? This is called flamed titanium. Now the steel is 14C28N, Sandvik C. So you should be familiar with that. It's got a blood groove in it. It is a drop point bead blasted blade. Drop point bead blasted blade. It is on bearings, right-handed tip up only, 3.38 inch blade. Another blade with a large, over 3 inches. It's made in China. It's 4.9 ounces, but you're going to see that pretty consistently over that 4 ounces when you're talking about titanium handles. They're going to be up there in the weight. It's on bearings, phenomenal action. It's a good sized knife. Look at that blade. This is a slicer. I mean a slicer. That Sandvik C 1428N. That's not the best steel in the world, but it ain't, it's not 420 or 440. It'll hold an edge far better than that. It comes out of the box razor sharp. QB makes really good product. I am phenomenally impressed with QB. I've got several QBs, and every one I have got out of the box has been nicer and nicer and nicer. I love this thing. It's got jimping right here. Now that's as far as it goes, but it gives you a good cradle for your thumb right there, and that jimping is aggressive, so it will hold your thumb. It's got a hole for your thumb, for a quick thumb opening, or you can use. I'm horrible with that, so I'll just use the flipper. Some people can use that thumb and that thumb hole, but it's got thumb holes for that. Flame anodized titanium handles. Look at that. Look at that blue hardware. Does that not pop? Look at that. Look at that blade. That thing is gorgeous. $100. $100. Now with this is made in China. Now QB is it's a good brand. QB has really good products. So QB has some higher end expensive blades that you can really spend some money on, but they have a few budget offerings at $80 to $100 realm, and even on their $100 knives, they're giving you a good quality blade. They're either giving you really good steel for the blade, or they're giving you really good handle materials. In this one, I chose the handle materials because I like that flame anodized look on that titanium. I love the look with the blue. It pops against it. It looks so good. But the shape of the blade, look at that, all the way around, and it's good size. Now I know some of these blades that I've been showing you all are above 3 inches. In a lot of places you can't have a 3-inch knife. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what those places are, where you can or where you can't carry blades, what the rules and regulations in different places are. But I know that, look at that closing. Look at that. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. It's so smooth. So smooth. This is one heck of a blade. All in all, I don't know. I really like the Pyite. The Pyite is phenomenal. That action, that's so fidgety. I love the Pyite, and I do carry that a lot. But this is probably my favorite knife on the table. This is just a beautiful knife. It's good size, good action, titanium handles. I love the flame look. I love the deep carry pocket clip, the blue hardware, and again, it's on bearings. So, I mean, that's why it's got such good action. $100. Now, that's not counting tax or shipping and everything, but I wasn't talking about that when I made this video. I'm just talking about the knife cost itself. The cost of the knife, $100. So you can find titanium handles. You can find Magnucut or S90V or S35V, and you can find the materials out there for these knives, and you don't have to spend $200 to $300 on it. You can get good materials. Because we are, again, like I said in a previous video, we're to race to the bottom. Not in quality, but in price. Because the more companies that come out with these S90V for $100, titanium $100, both $90, the more we see companies coming out with these products and these options at that lower end price, the more it's going to make these higher end companies with those higher end prices drop those prices, because they're offering the same materials. It's a race to the bottom at the price. They're going to have to lower their price to stay competitive. That's the great thing about capitalism, not to get on a political rant or anything like that, because I don't care what anybody believes. Just, and I shouldn't even say capitalism, just marketing and industry itself will regulate itself, because people are going to buy what they're going to get the most for the best affordable price. That's just the way that it is. Unless you're just somebody with a lot of money that just wants to throw it out there and you don't care what you spend. You don't even look at price tags. You just got it like that to spend. I'm not that dude. I have to look at what I spend. I'm the unprofessional dad. I have 6 kids, 4 of them full time. I have to look at every dime that I spend, realize where it's going, budget everything out. I have so much money I can spend on my hobby, so much money that I have to spend on everything else in my life. So I look at everything. And most people are like that. So you want to get the most and the most bang for your buck. And that's what this video is about. How can you get the best materials for the most efficient price? The last blade that I'm going to show you, and I really debated on whether or not I was going to show this blade, because I looked online, and this is a blade that will vary. When I got this blade, it was under $100. Right now, I think it's like $109. But you can find it all the time if you look and if you shop. Plus, they go on sale, they lower their prices and stuff like that. So you can get this for under $100 all the time. Not every day, but a lot of days. And I'm sure if I looked right now, I could probably, I only looked one place, and that was Blade HQ, to see what the current price of it is. And the current price is $109. But that is, that's not typical. A lot of times it's $98, different things like that. And this is another Penguin with the milled pocket clip, deep carry. This has got, what is this called? This is called bronze titanium fragtanium. I don't know what the hell that is. Bronze titanium fragtanium. It's got a hole for your lanyard. It's got a right-handed deep carry pocket clip only. It is a frame lock. It's got 154 cm blade steel. So it's not your best or highest end blade steel, but it is on bearings. Steel liner lock, reverse tip up, or it's not reversible, it's just right-handed carry only, 154. This is a sheep's foot blade, typical on all of your Penguins. It's got good jimping, dual thumb studs. The action is great. It's on bearings. And I really debated on whether or not I was going to put this on here, because you can find this at just over $100 sometimes, but a lot of times you can find it under $100, and it just stays with the theme of what you can get for under $100. So you can definitely find S90V on a sheep's foot, or on a Penguin for under $100, but you can also find titanium handles for under $100 on this, keep saying sheep's foot, on the Penguin. QSP is a great company. It's a great product. They make some really nice knives. I like the Penguin. I've got a few of the Canaries, which is the fixed blade. I really like that. I like their quality. I will tell you, this is the only one that I have that does this. Of all of the knives that I have, this is the worst. And I've talked about this in some other videos. And this knife is really bad about it. Anytime that you have frame locks, and some of you no doubt have experienced this, if you are not careful when you're trying to open it, you're going to be putting too much pressure on that frame lock right there, and you're not going to be able to open the knife. And where this is such a small knife and my hands are so large, it fits in my hand really well. So it's hard for me to wrap my fingers around it and get a good grip without putting pressure on that frame lock. So I have to do it from the left side most times to open it really well. Otherwise that frame lock is going to snag it and hold it in place and not let it open. So it's a little bit frustrating with this knife, but it is what it is. That's just the way that it is. It's a great knife for someone with smaller hands, or somebody that just likes the Penguin, or if you just like bronze, fragtanium, whatever the heck that is. I don't know why it's called fragtanium, but that's what they call it. Bronze, titanium, fragtanium. It's very textured, nothing like this textured. I mean, this textured would, if you slid your fingers across that the wrong way, it'd take the skin off. This just has that look to it, where this has that, I mean, just far more aggressive. But you're getting a great blade, 154 cm blade steel, and you're getting titanium handles for under $100 with the milled pocket clip. All in all, if you look, and there's so many more options in this, so many more out there. You just have to do some research. You just have to look. The big takeaway from this video is, don't pay the big prices just because you want Magnucut. Don't pay the large prices and get the biggest, most high-end blade just because you want titanium. You don't have to spend the money. If you want to, and that's just a knife that you really want, by all means go for it. I just paid $550 for a daggone Sebenza S30 or a Sebenza 31, the small one, and I was happy to do it because it was a Sebenza and I really wanted a Sebenza. But you don't have to spend that money unless it's just something that you really want. If you're wanting those materials and you just want a blade because you just want a good blade, you're just going to really carry this knife a lot. So you don't want to have to, you don't have the time to sharpen it all the time. You don't have the time and the energy to every other day pull it out of your pocket and spend 10 to 15 minutes sharpening your knife and everything so that you can go back to work or use it the next day. If you are somebody that's just looking for a good quality knife with good materials, because it's something that you really need in a blade, for whatever reason, you can find it if you look. Don't feel like you have to spend a fortune to get a good quality knife. Today, there are so many options out there. Even Walmart now is selling Moras in a lot of their stores. They're selling Civivis in a lot of their stores with D2 and All-State steel. Even the new Walmart Swisstech knives are blowing me away. I've got several of them and I can't believe how good the quality is. I've literally taken them outside and used them on batoning wood and feather sticking, and I've taken their folder, and they've got a couple different folders, and they're great. The D2 holds its edge well, everything else, $50. And they are great knives. So the moral of this story is, don't spend the money if you don't want to, because you don't have to. If you want to, that's one thing. Having to is another. Spend money because you want to, not because you have to. Buy knives because you want to, not because you have to. Puts you in a whole different perspective and a whole different ball game, and it allows you to enjoy your knives in a whole different way. So having said all that, there's a million options out there. I'll keep looking, I'll keep getting more knives, and when more options come up with these materials, I'm obviously going to share them with you. And until the next video that comes out, and I've got more coming, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching the videos if you do. I appreciate your time and the attention that you've given me enjoying my blades. So until the next video, keep your lives full and your knives sharp. This is Chris, the Unprofessional Dad, and I'll see you next time.